Okay, Nick, do you want to kick us off?
Why have you got a mic?
Why don't you use it?
I think we can hear him.
Yeah.
Hi, chaps. Joe, obviously quite a big game this week. Is everybody just sort of happy to be into the knockout matches? Steve was talking about potentially the intensity coming up because it's, you know, do or die type stuff this weekend.
Are we happy to be in the quarterfinals? Is that the question?
No? Okay. You're happy for something tangible actually to happen this week rather than just kind of going through the motions, and it's a massive game, isn't it? You lose it, you go home, you win it, you go to the semi-final.
When did we last go through the motions?
Well, the last match didn't need to win it to qualify, so.
Oh, and you think we went through the motions in that game?
No, but...
That's what you just said.
You understand what I'm guessing at?
Yeah, I'm buzzing. I'm personally buzzing for the quarterfinal because it's a chance to move to the next stage, and I'm really happy. I'm excited for it.
How difficult do you think the challenge of Fiji will be this weekend?
It's going to be very difficult. They're a world-class outfit. They've already done a job on us in the summer in the pre-tournament warm-up game, and they're full of confidence. We've heard it all week how confident they are, and it'll be really, I think, really intense game. You've
grown a lot since that August match, though, haven't you? So you can go into this with a lot of confidence, can't you, in terms of the progress week to week that you've achieved since then?
Well, yeah, this game's more tangible than that one in the summer.
I think you understand the point of the question.
Yeah, and I've answered it.
Okay, not suitably, but fine.
Well, that's subjective, isn't it?
Yeah, that's my opinion. I'm allowed it.
Good.
Yeah, great stuff. Yeah, someone else can take it.
Joe, can you give an insight into Marcus's sort of big match temperament? It's obviously his first World Cup knockout game, but you've played alongside him in Premiership knockout games.
Yeah, he's a big match player. You all right?
No, I'm not right.
He's gone.
Sorry. Yeah.
He's a big game player. I'm really happy for him to get his opportunity to start a game in a World Cup. He'll thrive. He'll thrive. He's shown it off the bench in the moments in the games where we've needed him, and I hope he can do that from the start.
And Dan, can I get an assessment of Fiji's scrum? I think Tom earlier in the tournament said they were he ranked them in the top 3.
Yeah, no, they are a very good scrum, as we found that out with Twickenham not so long ago. You look at them in tournament, I think their scrum pretty much was one of the reasons they beat Australia, and they've been a quality side. Even before that Twickenham game, we saw how good they were. So we've spent a fair amount of time this week prepping for that, and we expect it to be a big contest point in the game, along with every other point in the game. But yeah, it's going to be a big area.
But we prefer scrums.
Yeah.
And what is particularly challenging about them? Is it technique? Is it just their size? What's it like to go up against them?
Yes, they have some key operators in their pack. They are experienced and they're big, strong guys. I think you look at the two props that have started against us previously, they're both 130 kilos plus. They've got some big guys in the second row, and I think as well, I think they're really one of the big areas I think they've improved and focused on is their scrum, and you see that importance to them. So yes, we are preparing for a battle.
Dan, if you could just take your mind back to 4 years ago, and if someone had said you'd be lining up in a quarter-final here at the end of that World Cup final, what do you think your reactions would be? And just talk to us here about how pleased you are to get this chance again.
I probably wasn't thinking 4 years in advance 4 years ago, so I probably didn't think about it. But now I'm here. I am very honoured to have the privilege of playing this team. I think it's a great team. It's been, got some great friends in here, and it's an honour to play. I say once you spend X amount of time away from the team, you miss it and you realise it's a very a privileged position to be in. And so to be back, especially playing in a quarter final, which is the games that you always, as a kid, grow up wanting to play in knockout rugby and World Cups. It's an honour to be here, and as I say, we just hope we perform and do ourselves justice and proud.
Joe?
Hello, mate.
Hello. Can I take you back just to Marcus Smith again? You talk about him being a big match player. I mean, you would have known him when he came into the Queen's changing room when he was, whatever age it was, 16, 17. Did he come into the changing room at that age with that sort of temperament, or is that something that has grown over the last 3 or 4 years?
No, he's had that early on, even to the point where I've had to turn around and say, I'm going to have to say something to this guy. He's gobbing off at me. I've been here 10 years and he's gobbing off at me as if you've got to get here, you've got to get there, driving the standards. And I'm a little bit like, are you? And then you realise actually he knows what he's talking about. And the fact that he had that confidence as a 17, 18-year-old, that desire to be the best and be part of a team that wants to drive and win, that blew me away when he was younger. And he's managed to carry that on throughout his career so far. And he's done it consistently at club level. It's about now doing it consistently at international level. And what better place to do that than starting in a quarter-final. When you talk the talk like he did when he first came into change rooms, you then have to back it up. Did he earn the respect of you all pretty quickly? For me, it took a little. For me personally, it took a little while. I was like, he's this jumped up, entitled, little, private school kid. And then when you realise how good he is at rugby and why he's doing what he's doing, I was like, I'm going to listen to him more, because he's going to get us into positions where we can win more rugby games because he knows what he's talking about. And he quickly earned the respect of the rest of the group because they knew how good he is, and we know how good he is as a player now. And does that experience you've had with him give you the confidence to know that come a World Cup quarter-final, come his first knockout game, he's there, he's ready for it? Yeah, I'm full of confidence in his ability to thrive on that stage, albeit in the 15 shirt. But I think to have the attacking talent that he has, I'm full of confidence that he's going to perform at the weekend. Cheers, thanks,
Joe, Will, over here. How's it going?
Hello, Will.
You all right? Good. Just continuing on that theme with Marcus, was there, do you remember a moment or a match where you thought, hang on, this guy does have something pretty special?
I don't remember many games. I think it's more the day-to-day that I remember at the club. Well, on the days that I actually turn up.
Not Mondays then.
It's in my contract actually, Dan, so you can moan about that all you want. His drive, he's obsessed with wanting to be the best, and are you okay? Who was that? You okay? Were they sneezes? Bless you. His drive to want to be the best every single day is infectious around the group, and that's what stands out for me, that in a similar way to Owen, that his drive, both their drives to be the best, raises the standards of the group, otherwise you get left behind. And I've been left behind many a time where you're like, I'm not quite feeling it today, I'm a bit off of it as well. You've got to be up there with those guys driving the standards.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about what similarities maybe there are in the characters of Owen and Marcus. They play the game differently, but do you sense they have that similar sort of competitive spirit and the way they drag teams with them maybe?
Yeah, they've got different attributes, of course they have, but the underlying passion and desire to A, be the best themselves, and B, drive the team to be the best is what they're both like.
Can I ask about your own journey? Dan was asked about his in the last 4 years too, and getting to this point. You obviously chose to retire a few years ago, but you're back. You talked in the summer about wanting to have a distinguished role out here. You do have one. Just can you talk about what pride you have in being part of an England team in a quarter-final again, and what it means to you to play for England and that journey you've been on through that?
Yeah, I think similar to Dan, that when you're not here or not involved for whatever reason, you miss it and you crave to be back involved, and you know, previously I think I've taken it for granted, and knowing that this is the last time I'll get an opportunity to play in a World Cup quarter-final, to pull on that shirt, is a special feeling. You know, I'm very proud and honoured and privileged to be able to have that chance, and I'm just trying to make the most of it whilst I can, because I know that it's going to be gone in a couple of weeks. So yeah, I'm loving every moment of it, really.
I don't want you to talk on anyone else's behalf, but is there a sense with quite a few of you, like Johnny May spoke the other week, he said he'll probably be his last campaign with England, that...
Who said that?
Johnny May.
It's definitely, yeah.
There'll be quite a lot of you who certainly won't make 27, but maybe not another campaign with England. Do you get that sense of the group of you together as saying, like, if this is going to be the last chance we all get to play together, let's really make it special?
There's definitely a small, well, it's quite big. There's definitely a group of us that know that this is our last campaign, this is our last chance together, and that we've been together a number of years, and we've built friendships and bonds, and we want to give this our all and finish on a high. But it's also collective as a 33. We won't be together again as a 33. So whether it's the young guys or the guys that are then going to take this team forward for the next 4, 5, 6 years, we're all aware that we're never going to be the same. We're never going to be the same 33. So everyone's buying in. The boys that aren't involved have been unbelievable. In the same vein, back in 2019, that the team of 31 that we used to talk about, the guys that aren't picked are, you know, as important as the guys that are picked, because you need them to drive the standards in the week as well, to give you proper competition to prepare you for the weekend, and then we all win together, and we're all very aware of that. But there is definitely a number of us that won't ever play for England again after this tournament.
Could that be quite a powerful motivational or emotional tool? Like, there's guys in this team you've played with since you were 15 maybe, through England age groups and everything else, and you've gone on quite a journey together, that you can look around the changing room on Sunday night and just say, we're here together, we've been doing this for decades together. Can that help drive you through this tournament, do you think, maybe? Yeah,
I think that factor can drive you through any game or any campaign we've had. So yeah, that's definitely a factor for us, that the likes of Ben Youngs, Courtney Laws, Danny Kerr, Coley, guys that we've been together since we have been 16, 17, are like, we've got close bonds to motivate us and drive us on to make this last memory special. But that's always been the sort of case, really, because you never know when your last game is, so you kind of make the most of it as much as you can.
Joe, Elliot Daly was comparing the mood in the camp to 2019 going into the knockout stages. Does the atmosphere change when it's, you know, a make or break fixture like this, and if you lose, you're going home? Does the intensity change in the game?
Yeah, I think when it gets to knockout time and it is do or die, there's a bit more of a spike in training. There's a bit more of a fear factor. Not for everyone. I know that some boys don't like that fear factor point. They find it too negative, so they tend to focus on the positive of it all. But I like the fear of that if we don't get it right, we're gone. That motivates me personally. So, but the mood in camp's really excited. We're in a great place. We're in a great spot geographically, so we're making the most of that, and we're just enjoying being together and looking forward to ripping in. Aren't we, Dan?
Yes, Joe.
As convincing as that.
Have you reconciled with Andy Good yet? So you're tweeting on your way in.
Andy Good? I presume everyone in here are journalists. Is that fair? Most of you are journalists. I've got a lot of respect for journalists. Okay, that's all I say on that.
not a journalist.